Before today's episode gets started, I just want to take a minute, a genuine minute, to say thank you so much, so much for 100 subs. It is something I really didn't think was going to happen. I never really set out with the intention for it. And I just want to say thank you. It really means a lot. I've learned a lot more than I thought I would learn about creating content and interacting with people through videos and my own building style, even in Minecraft, which I thought I had pretty much on lock for ages. I've learned so much in just these first 8 episodes, and I really do want to attribute it to the many of you who have commented and given me ideas and helped me to push my designs further in ways that I hadn't thought of. It means the world to me, and I would have never thought that, we'd be here saying this. So I just want to say thank you. I know 100 isn't a crazy big number, but it's crazy big to me. So I really appreciate it. Now, done with the cheesy stuff. Enjoy the episode. Well, welcome back. Glad to have you here. If you're coming from the last episode, you might be asking yourself, Erfaren, I thought you were going to a trial chamber today. You're not in the village. What's going on here? Well, I got a story for you. As you might see from the overly filled bookshelves behind me. You see, over the last week, I have spent nearly 8 hours in the trial chambers trying to find a mace. It took me that long. It really took me that long. But I've got the story for you today of all of that. Instead of doing, multiple hour-long videos, I figured I'll cut it down to a short one so we can walk you through the whole story. Our story begins exactly where we left off the last episode. We were in the village and we found that the trial chamber was directly underneath the village. So we dug straight down, dropped in, and set off into our first trial chamber experience. Now this one, for the most part, was largely uneventful. We fought a lot of the new skeletons, the bogged, and we also got a chance to fight some of the breeds. We got a bunch of great loot, and we opened every single vault. And yet, after opening all of the ominous vaults, there was not a single mace in sight. Now, we did walk away with a bunch of loot and a pretty good experience of fighting some of the mobs and getting to learn kind of the ins and outs of the trial chamber, but we didn't get what we wanted. And so, I packed up everything, got out, and set south. And on our trip south, we found a desert. And in the desert, there was another village. We went into the village. We were able to get another cartographer, which we had to try for twice, to give us another trial map. Turns out there was yet another trial chamber just outside of that village. So, dug straight down, found ourselves in trial chamber number 2. And here's where the story gets interesting. You see, it was in this trial chamber that, just like the last one, I fought my way through, worked very hard. Then I found myself there towards the end, dying over and over and over again. So officially, we have died in this series. Bummer, but that's all right. So after all of this, we finally make it through this one. And once again, we open every single ominous vault. And yet no mace. Once again. Leaving this trial chamber, we come out battered, bruised, all of our armor's broken. We don't have any shields. Our sword is about to break. We are not looking good at all. So I take the chance to return back home, but not before first finding myself a little companion. Along the way, I found a little black cat. Where'd they go? Come here, kitty. Come here. I promise I'll be good to you. Come here. Yes! Oh, a little black cat. Oh. Okay. Okay, come with me, little cat. Let's go. Look at it. I have a little black cat in real life. Her name is Fia, so this cat will now be known as Fia. There we go. Let's go. Come along, Fia. I also have a little gray cat. So if we found a little gray cat, we could have both of our cats. We could have Fish. Fish is my gray cat's name. And Fia, who's my little girl cat. So after getting my cat, I set back off to our home base to reset, resituate, get some new armor, get some new tools. But after getting reset with our gear and our weapons, we also stocked up on sugarcane and glass and all the other things we might need to trade with future cartographers. When we were done with that, it was time to set off and find more villages. We went back towards the direction of the second village there in the desert, and we found another one just to the east of that one, which unfortunately after the first try on a villager, they just offered a Woodland Explorer map, and I was feeling a little tense, a little frustrated. I feel cheated. All right, on to the next one. So I left that village and I continued south to try and find one that just added a little bit more space, because my biggest concern was that we were going to get a trial chamber map, but it was going to take us right back to the second chamber. So I continued south and I found myself a village there in the big old acacia forest, which was so cool. There is tons of acacia trees everywhere, and even a mangrove swamp actually right there. So we did grab ourselves a couple propagules so that we can grow those trees back home. Oh, that's so exciting. Okay, we'll grab just a couple of these. I grabbed a couple acacia ones too. I'm not going to grab the wood yet, but I'm glad to know we can get some of these saplings for... Ooh, there's a pillager outpost over there. Okay, we just need to be careful. We're grabbing some of this sugarcane, and then we're just going to be back on our way. Oh, there's a lot of sugarcane over there, though. I went in, I fought, I freed the iron golems. I found some alloy, which we'll come back for maybe one day. I'm sure they're pretty helpful. But I got a goat horn. Just take a listen. Simply the best sound in the world. I'm so excited for that goat horn. It's one of the better ones. I really want the response one that goes with that too, but I'm so happy about that. Not to mention all of the other insanely cute animals that we found in the area. There were frogs, there were armadillos. It was all in all just such a cool area and village that we'll definitely have to come back, but obviously it wasn't the mission at the time of this episode. Now that we had our goat horn, I headed back into the village and quickly found out that we didn't have nearly enough sugarcane to make the paper that we need to trade with these guys. So what did I do? I ran directly back out into the desert and collected as much sugarcane as I could. I think at the end I had 2.5 stacks of sugarcane, which was enough. I brought it back, turned it into paper, and started trading. But unfortunately, after trading with 2 separate cartographers in this village, we were unable to get another Trial Explorer map. So what did we do? We set back to the west side, back to the desert, just much further south, where we found another village. And at this village, we were able to trade really quickly with another cartographer and get ourselves our 3rd trial chamber map, which took us to a trial chamber once again, just outside of the village. So we packed up our gear, grabbed a bed, and we dug straight down. Well, we made it to bedrock, and we didn't run into that at all. So I am not sure where it would be, but we're going to build up now, I suppose. Except this time, we missed the trial chamber like 4 separate times. After digging down multiple different places, we just kept missing it. Finally, we found our way in, and the battle set forth for the 3rd trial chamber. Now here in this trial chamber, we died yet again, but we were smart. We set our spawns a few times. And all in all, this one was pretty quick as well. It was a little bit smaller, a little bit different in layout to the first 2, but nothing too difficult. So we went through, and once again, what did I do? I opened every single ominous vault. I opened every single trial vault, and yet no Mace. I couldn't believe it. We had made it 3 trial chambers with no Mace, and this was probably hour 4 or 5 of this experience. So we packed up our stuff, climbed out of the hole, and we headed straight south. Finally, we made it to our 5th village, where we were able to trade with another cartographer, get another trial chamber map, and find our way into the 4th trial chamber. Really not much to write home about here, but it was a pretty huge chamber. If I can cheese that just a little bit. These guys really hurt when they poison you. I wasn't ready for it. That's on me. Oh, why are you shooting me? I wonder what it's shooting at me. Because it doesn't appear to be actually hitting me with anything, but please just give me an ominous something. Just an ominous anything. Oh, ouch. I don't know where the guy is. And we still didn't get a mace. I was astounded. You can imagine maybe the frustration, maybe the concern I was having that, was my game bugged? Is there an issue? We've seen the issue with the maps changing into, or the buried treasure maps changing into normal maps. We've seen a couple different bugs in this world that I have that I was starting to get worried that, oh my gosh, has something happened? Actually, earlier on, after the first trial chamber, I actually tried to open another buried treasure map, and it also turned into a normal map. Look, it did it again! It did it again! It was another fake. So now we have yet another one of those, and it actually finds itself at the top of the lighthouse with the room for the lighthouse keeper, kind of as an homage to, maybe where they're from. So we left trial chamber number 4, battered, bruised, but with more loot. We really have come out of this with a lot of really good loot. Finally, we headed south until we found ourselves at the edge of an ocean. And there happened to be another village here. So what did we do? We set up trade with multiple different cartographers, found our way into another trial chamber, and this is where the story takes a turn. Oh. Oof, that was painful. All right, where's the other one? There he is. I love that their noise is just like a little, that's so sweet. I wish this had stronger knockback. It'd be nice to be able to just really push them back. I don't think I beat their armor with this bow. Okay. So we fought our way through this trial chamber, stopping at every single place that we could to fight. We used so many ominous potions. We walked around so many times until we came to the last ominous vault. And I mean it. We actually did the last ominous vault available. But what happened? I put in the key and out popped our mace. And the reaction I'm about to show you is my actual reaction at 2:30 in the morning when I finally completed this mission that had taken me a week to get to. So have a listen here. This is the last one here. Please. Oh, we did it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh wow. Oh wow. I can't tell you how many hours it has been. I will tell you right now how many hours it has been in this video. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. Oh, we've done it. I'm going back to the base now. Now that we'd finally gotten the mace, I packed up all of our things. I used our bundles, packed up all of the magic and the loot, the enchanted books, the diamonds, the emeralds, which we have far too many of. And I got us back out of the trial chamber, and we set back home, finally with the mace in hand. Well, I guess I should say the core for the mace in hand. We met back up with our cat, who had been patiently waiting for us in the village where we found her, popped her in the boat, and took her back home to our base. And now, I present to you for the first time, in the flesh, our mace. Let me drop it right here for you. We finally have it. Now, we're probably not going to use it much, but it's nice to know that we have it. Also, I'm using this 3D texture pack just for this so that it pops out a little bit more. That looks pretty sweet. It's so nice to know we have it. I'm never going to do a trial chamber again in this series. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything we need from it. We've gotten far more loot than we ever will have anything to do with. Let me just show you. In here's a grouping of the things that we got. 18 stacks of emeralds, 15 slime blocks. We got all 3 of the music discs, a trident, multiple different potions, multiple different trims, loads of diamond axes, more diamond axes. We finally got a goat horn, which super exciting. We also got a bunch of diamonds. Actually, it looks like we didn't even merge all of these emeralds. There we go. 34 blocks of emeralds, 8 individual emeralds, multiple diamonds, not anything too crazy, and just a whole bunch of extra loot, which it's just so nice to see all of this. And not to mention all of these enchanted books. Every single one of them is an enchanted book. So I'm feeling like we're in a pretty good place. We've got the mace, we've got the music discs, we've got all of the enchanted books we could ever need. I mean, I don't think we'll ever need to go back to a trial chamber for the rest of this series. And that's fine with me. I kid you not, I have been dreaming about trial chambers for the last week. I see them and those trial vaults in everything I do. So I'm just fine taking a little pause from going to a trial chamber. But there you go. That's what I've been up to for the last week. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and seriously, thank you so much for 100 subs. It is incredible to me. I started making these videos just for fun, just to see if people would watch and enjoy them. Like, you know, I was already playing the game and I wanted to share it, and the fact that so many of you have connected with it so fast, it is incredible to me. And all I can say is thank you. I am so very thankful. So as always, thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing if you subscribe. Consider subscribing if you don't. And let's see where the next 100 takes us. Take care. I'll see you soon.